Guys? We are live. Welcome to China's Red Line. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. We have an interesting one for you. Unfortunately, it might be a little bit of old news already. Yeah, you've really got to jump on it with the whole China thing. There are so many other YouTubers out there that jump to the opportunity and get there first. But hey, and that's the problem with doing a live stream once every week, I guess, is you might be recycling some old stories, but hey, that's fine. We are just going to crack on anyway. I hope everybody's well. I can see a couple of you in the chat. So yeah, let's just get started. So I'm just going to load up my screen here. Here it is. Okay, there we go. We are ready. Let me just turn the volume up. I'm going to need to hear this. All right. So, every now and again, something that we least suspect is going to go viral becomes a massive, massive hit. We've seen it many times before, especially with some of China's little pinks. Remember this one? Just a random piano playing YouTuber doing a stream. Then all of a sudden, these Chinese nationalists show up, boss him around, tell him what he can and can't do in his own country, tell him that he can't film them because they have some kind of contract. It's non disclosable, it's non disco, as they said. They signed some sort of, what was it, an NDA or something, non-disclosure agreement with a company, so they told him that he couldn't film them. These nationalists, they were waving their Chinese flags around in St. Pancras Station. The whole Brendan Kavanagh incident, this went extremely viral, just a random event.
Why you're touching her? Stop touching her! Don't touch her!
So we all remember that. It went viral because it was some of China's little pinks, some nationalists, throwing their weight around in another country. They kind of do this a lot. I've even had experiences with them myself. So anyway, this is a new one that has gone extremely viral. So many people are talking about it, and for very good reasons. So today, what I've done is, because I've noticed that there aren't that many good translations of what happened online. So what I've done is I've actually translated it myself. Now, it might not be perfect, but I think it's probably one of the best translations out there of this whole thing. So we're going to watch it and then we are going to talk about it, okay? But first of all, I just need to quickly explain what happened. So this happened on April the 22nd. So that is, 5 days ago. So it's still fairly new. And there was a Chinese passenger on a flight for Air Asia from Chongqing to Kuala Lumpur. And she just made a massive scene on this flight. You could say that she was behaving like a bit of a Karen. And yeah, eventually she got escorted off of the plane. So we're going to watch this and we're going to see what she's going on about, what she says. Okay. So this was the flight that she was on. Sorry, this should have been in the background when I was giving the little introduction to what was going on. Okay, so here we go. Let's watch it.
什么？你删不删？请问我的消息传，你有什么权利拍照？他有什么权利拍照？他现在起飞了没有？我是关机现在起飞了没有？我凭什么现在关？你有什么你？我现在我飞机没有起飞，我打个电话有什么毛病？有什么问题？有什么问题？那就让他下去，不是我下去。Are you OK？ 你再来继续拍，姐，你继续拍。全机的人都因为你走不了，姐。今天全飞机的人都是因为你走不了，你喜欢拍照，你太喜欢拍照了，你太牛逼了，姐。我讲中文行不行？讲中文行不行？为什么？为什么？你是国际航班的，你连中文都不会，你还上什么国际航班？你下课， 你今天就直接下课，我可以指导你。为什么？你叫公安。我不下，该他下。
很好，你最帅，
你最漂亮。
必须的，妈的摔了。
真的。
Oh man, these passengers are having the time of their lives watching this.
这录影是可的。作为国际航班，你连中文都不会讲，那你干什么服务行业？有没有问题？我吵到谁了？我在旁边打电话，他拍我，他为什么要拍我？他凭什么拍我？现在作为工程，他是不是应该过来处理这个问题？我跟他沟通，他一直给我标英文，我是切了。
Let's listen to that again. Let's hear what she said.
我是切了。我是切了。我是切了。
You serious?
他为什么一直跟我？
So she said, 我是 China. I am China. Oh, wow.
教英文，国际航班的人连中文最基本的中文都不会讲，讲不明白，他为什么做什么服务行业？请问我哪里做错了？我唯一的诉求只是要求他把视频删了，给我道歉。我影响什么飞机起飞了？请问你，美女，你今天给我做一个合理的解释。我录一个视频，我不是说谁裁不裁我的原因，敢不敢我下飞机这个没关系。我今天做不了，我可以明天飞。我下飞机的钱谁赔给我？我耽误的行程谁赔给我？我做错了什么？我请问你，我做错了什么？我的钱谁赔给我？我耽误的行程谁赔给我？谁来处理我的问题？你今天在飞机上处理不明白，都别飞了。我说的很明白，我是中国人。
我是中国人, I'm Chinese. And this is part of the problem, right? It's this whole superiority complex that she has because her government have told her that you Chinese are the best and you are better than every other nation in the world and you're allowed to trample on them and just be the best. It's this whole nationalist attitude, you know, that just stinks.
你作为一个机务人员，你讲中文你都讲不明白，你还是国际航班的航空公司的人员。我是蓝猫航空的空姐，我告诉你，做服务人员最基础的是什么？是做好服务。你们连中文都讲不明白，你们还坐飞国际航班飞什么呀？
So she thinks that people who work for an international flight must speak Chinese. Again, this is her nationalist ego that has told her this. But in fact, I'm pretty sure that most standard international flights, the required language to speak has always been English, right? So, wow, yeah. And actually, you know, some of the flight attendants can barely speak English when I've taken flights. Did I get pissed off like this? No.
旁边打电话，我做错了什么？
This is the entitled attitude of a Karen.
他说我不该打这个电话，我承认我当初是声音有一点大，可能影响了这个他的心情，他让我小点声音。我说现在飞机没有起飞，那我请问我打个电话有什么问题？飞机起飞了，自然断网了，我也打不了电话。
Yeah, you're not supposed to use your phone on a flight. You're supposed to switch it off. Yeah.
没有毛病，他拿手机拍我，录我视频，我让他删视频。乘务人员过来了，处理不了任何问题。我唯一的诉求只是让他把视频删了。他一直给我标中文、标英文，我说我是 low English speed low English China， 讲中文。
Oh, well.
他能不能解决问题？为什么让我不能飞？你今天给我一个合理的解释，给不了都别飞了。
She's a little bit upset, isn't she?
我犯罪什么了？我犯了什么罪？
What did you do wrong? You're freaking raising your voice, talking to the flight attendants like they're a piece of shit just because they don't speak your language. And when people are filming you, you're getting pissed off, but you're the one that's acting up. People are filming you because you're acting like a prat. You know, like stop acting like a complete idiot and people will stop filming you.
你今天给我说明白。我发干什么了？你今天给我说清楚、说明白，当着所有的人的面，在场的所有人都是证人，有很多人后面的朋友，很多人拿手机录了视频。
Exactly. You think the whole plane is on your side, but slowly find out you are mistaken. Exactly, mate. They're all laughing at her. They're all taking the piss out of her. She's the joke of the plane right now.
我想知道我霸占了什么，我犯了哪方面的罪，哪方面的法律，哪方面的行程，你给我把这个说清楚、说明白，讲清楚、讲明白、讲明了。O 不 OK？Are you OK？ 会不现在会讲中文的？刚刚为什么没有一个讲中文的人过来？
Oh my god！
明明很简单的一个事情，我很激动，我很激动，耽误了我的行程。谁给我赔
It's all about me, isn't it? With her.
偿？谁给我赔偿？你为什么说？
Why the F is she going to Kuala Lumpur anyway, man? Like, if this is her sort of the attitude that she has, she'd better not be traveling abroad, you know? She's in the...
我现在耽误的是所有人，现在是耽误的。首先，我先跟你讲一下，那你现在给我把赔偿直接当着所有人的面，我谈清楚，我现在立马走人。
I think the whole flight should get compensation for having to listen to her bullshit.
你给我把赔偿，你今天给我把
Fucking damaging for life. They're gonna be like, every time they get on a flight now, they're gonna have some sort of like PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, like just from listening to her.
贴报了，然后给我谈赔偿。现在立刻马上说解决方案。我现在下飞机，
Yeah, I'll
我
tell
不
you,
耽误
the
任何人走，
solution is kick you the fuck off the plane.
让他们都走，有没有毛病？我的解决方案有没有毛病？我的姐妹，你先说嘛。你说。第一点，你上飞机太激动情绪。
So she was already agitated before she got on the flight.
我为什么激动？我激动是有原因的。我激动是有原因的。第一，我有4个朋友，第一个朋友都上不了飞机。
So some of her friends couldn't get on the flight.
卡着他，不让他不上来，这是不是你们的问题？我说凭什么卡？他机票都取了，凭什么卡他？那你说我的情绪能不？
Yeah, so you don't take it out on the entire plane.
激动，大哥。
Again, this is selfishness, the selfishness of a Karen, entitled brat.
这是别人找的问题，你要去找他不能走，肯定是他自己的原因。现在所有人都要走，我不希望他们因为我的原因导致他们的行程走不了。我唯一的诉求就是，你今天怎么样赔偿我？我现在走不了，是因为你们的原因走不了，不是我自己不想走。再一个就是，你当着所有的人面说我犯了什么罪，我犯了什么法律，我有什么问题，你给我把赔偿谈拢。现在一句话说清楚，我立马就下去。现在所有人都要走，我不希望他们因为我的原因导致他们的行程走不了。我唯一的诉求就是，你今天怎么样赔偿我？我现在走不了，是因为你们的原因走不了，不是我自己不想走。再一个就是，你当着所有的人面说我犯了什么罪，我犯了什么法律，我有什么问题，你给我把赔偿谈拢。现在一句话说清楚，我立马就下去。
我们是那个机场派出所的啊，你要是这样的，这个飞机刚刚我们已经说的那个航空工作人员、工作人员，他们决定把你这个航班那个机票剪掉。
不要拍照哟，各位。
现在谢谢，
待会一下哈，不要拍照哟，谢谢。
你先听我说完好不好？
不是，我不需要听你说，因为我是来妈妈朋友的公证。我们自己是做服务行业出身的，都不容易，出来玩都不容易，开心挺开心。
听我说完好不好？公证你肯定了解，他们有工作人员有什么机场工作人员？
为什么他们没有一个人会讲中文？第一时间解决问题，只是需要他们沟通一下，为什么没有一个人讲中文？为什么国际航班的人都不会讲中文？是为什么做什么服务行业？我想问你。
冷静一下，我们冷静一下。
我冷静不了，我也很赶，不是所有人的时间都很宝贵，我也不希望让他们因为我的原因耽误了行程。但是我
先冷静一下，
我冷静不了，我的哥们儿，我 根本进不了，因为我现在你说我进不了，我也很
帮忙讲，帮忙
麻烦你们的手机
They're all laughing at her. Oh my god.
手机不要拍照，手机不要拍照。
没有拍照，没有拍照，没有拍照，没有拍照，没有拍照，录影放，录影放，没有拍照。
希望你们的问题当着所有的面说清楚。我做错了
我们不要耽误航班，我们
耽误航班，我们先下来，我们先
我也
说一下，好吧？
让他跟我说一个赔偿方案。今天晚上
下来我们再协商，好吧？先不要耽误飞机人的时间，好吧？
上面去协商，
好吗？
对，先机场去协商，
好吧？
我们会给你找工作人员给你协商的，你放心。
您的手机我需要视频，我需要后面乘客的视频，全程录上，我需要。
She needs the video because she knows that she's just humiliated herself and embarrassed herself. And this is a huge embarrassment for China, you know, just to show how their nationalists actually do behave when they have a superiority complex like she does. It's bad. It's bad for tourism in China. It's bad for China to have tourists like this. And obviously, she's not the first Karen that's ever got on a plane and acted up, okay? I've seen many videos of Karens from all over the world, okay? This one just happens to be from China. That's why we're talking about it. But yeah, there's millions of videos of Karens out there, okay? But this one is like really, really funny just because the way she is so entitled and the way that she just keeps going on and on and on. She just doesn't relent.
视频，我需要证据。他们后面有乘客录了视频，也有人合掌，很多人都知道了。我需要一个视频，有没有人发给我？希望你们的问题当着所有的面说清楚，我做错了什么？不要耽误航班，我们耽误航班，我们下来，我们先说一下，好好聊，好好聊。让他跟我说一个方案。
Okay, right.
有没有人发给我？有没有一个朋友可以把手机上的视频发给我？可以，没问题。
Okay, so this is the account of one of the flight attendants. So let's read what she says. Since many people have been asking about the passenger who was offloaded, here's a clear explanation of what happened. One passenger became very loud and visibly angry because her friend was unable to pass through immigration. I approached her and politely asked her to lower her voice, but she did not understand English. Another passenger nearby helped translate. Instead of calming down, she became more upset and started directing her anger toward the passenger who helped translate. That's what we saw at the start of the video. To prevent the situation from escalating, I had to step in between them. As I do not speak Mandarin, I requested assistance from my purser who does. He asked her to calm down and lower her voice, informing her that failure to comply could result in her being offloaded for causing a disturbance and harassing another passenger. She then challenged him and told him to go ahead and offload her. Following this, the captain was informed and the aircraft returned to the bay. Security was called to handle the situation. When security arrived, she questioned why an international airline crew could not speak Chinese. She also claimed to be a cabin crew member from another airline, which raised concerns as she was unable to communicate in English. Yes, exactly. If she was, she should be able to speak a little bit of English, right? A video of the incident has since been uploaded by another passenger. Lesson learned, please respect airline crew instructions and never harass fellow passengers. Safety and order on board are always the top priority. Exactly. So an entitled little Karen, a little pink as well by the looks of things. Let's continue with this. We've got some more of this. Okay, so after she recorded a video to explain what happened, and it's kind of funny because look at her face. Is that the same woman that was on the flight? Obviously not. She's using a face filter, one of those beauty filters, and a lot of people, she posted a video before this, and a lot of people were mocking her because of this. So here she is saying that she doesn't use beauty filters. So a lot of people online told me not to use filters anymore, saying they couldn't even recognize me. All right then, today I'll turn off all filters.
今天就安排起来，不开任何特效。
Okay, she turned off the filters. I mean, look, guys, that is not the same person.
有广大网友说让我不要用特效，
Look at her there.
那行，今天就安排起来，不开任何特效。
It's not the same person. So what I've done is I've turned the face filter off for her.
然后昨天原本和警察有一个
Okay,
40
so
分
she
钟
had
的
conversation with the
对话，我打
police,
算放出来的，结果
and she was going to post it. The police said they were worried it would have a bad impact
就是警察说
later
怕后续影
on
响不好，让事情发酵的
and make the situation
越来
blow
越
up
大。
even more.
然后我就听取了他们的建议，
I took her advice and didn't post it.
并没有就是放出来。但是我昨天
But yesterday during my live stream, there was a
直播的时候有一个
40-minute
40分钟的直播切片，是就是那些网友
by those
录
netizens.
屏的。大概那些你们
Basically, most of the questions
想
you
问的问
wanted
题，基
to
本上都
ask,
问过了，我也回答过很多遍了，我也不想在
I've
这里
already answered many times. I don't want to keep answering unnecessary
继续
questions.
回答那些不必要的问题。如果感兴趣的
If you're interested, I'll
话，
download
我待
that
会儿把
video
这个视频下载
later
下来，发布成作品。
and post it as a piece of content. Those who want
有
can
兴趣的
take
可以
a
去
look.
看一下。然后我唯一写过一个保证书，
Also, I wrote a guarantee letter. So when she was evicted from the flight, when she was kicked off the flight, she had to write a guarantee letter
放在我的视频的
and put it in the first video,
第一个
basically in
就是
my
相当于我
very
第一个作品里
first
面
post.
最下面的第一个作品啊。如果有兴趣的话，也可以去
If
看
you're
一下。
interested, you can
好的，
check
马
it
上
out.
解决
Okay,
属于
so
和
we're
平
going to
解
have a
决。
look at her guarantee letter.
然后还是那句话，网暴我可以，但是不要网暴我家人。
Criticize me, but don't attack my family. Well, I agree with that.
网暴我家人，那我还是那句话，我会拿起法律的武器保护我。
I'll use the law to protect my family.
可以 P 我的小黑照片，都可以，无所
Criticize my bad photos or whatever. I don't care.
谓，你们开心就好，能让
As long as you're happy, I can make you guys
让网
happy.
友开心，
then
那
I'm
我也开
happy
心。
too. Okay. So this is the guarantee letter that she wrote when she got off of the flight. And I have it translated. Where is it? Yeah, okay. So here is what she said. This is her letter that she wrote at the airport when she was in custody. So apparently even after delaying the aircraft, okay, it's by Miss Lee Yo Dong, by the way. That's her name. So apparently, even after delaying the aircraft and escorted out from the plane, wait, where is this crap? Oh, okay, here it is. Sorry. So on April the 22nd at around 2:00 p.m., the flight was delayed because my friend did not board the plane by 1:50 p.m. While I was making a phone call in a slightly loud volume and disturbed the person who was sitting beside me, a simple verbal argument occurred, lasting about 1 minute and 55 seconds. Well, she's very precise there. The passenger sitting next to us then started recording a video of us with his phone. This escalated the situation, turning it into a personal attack on us. At 1:58 p.m., the flight attendant came over and did not resolve our complaint in the first instance. Instead, he began to scold us, criticize us, and escalate the conflict further. In reality, the situation was not serious. The flight attendant should have comforted us, helped us change seats, and resolved the issue promptly by addressing the problem shown in the video. However, he did not play any positive role. Instead, he kept speaking in English. That's the thing that pissed her off, is that he couldn't speak in Chinese, right? As an international flight cabin crew member, when I said I was from China and spoke in Chinese, it caused the flight to be delayed by another 5 minutes. The police were then called and the situation escalated. I was taken away for 15 minutes. In this incident, I realized my own mistake. I should not have argued with others and spoken loudly while making a phone call, which disturbed the other passengers and affected the order on the plane. I should have listened to the flight attendant's advice and not disturbed the order on the plane. However, I still received 2 loud scoldings from the entire incident. Signed by Lee Yo Dong. Oh my God. What a Karen. What a Karen. She probably got a serious talking to by the police and she's had to write that. But she still won't relent. She still thinks that she's in the right. And this is how entitled Karens behave. Moving on. So this is her TikTok account. And all of a sudden, overnight, she got another 1,600 followers, which is not a lot. So she didn't really get any fame from this. And she even put this picture as her main profile picture. Now, obviously, look, She's even like made that with a filter to make herself look younger. And here it says, 我不会英文, I don't speak English. So I thought I'd change her profile picture to a more accurate shot of her. She's now in the China Little Pink's Hall of Shame. She's alongside Newton Lung, the guy who harassed Brendan Kavanagh, all of the Little Pinks that harassed me, although my videos never quite went as viral as these. But I guess because in my video, you know, like, it's almost expected that a Little Pink will like get all nationalistic and start scolding me. But in these events that seem to go viral, it's just out of the blue where it happens, right? It's something where you least suspect it. And yeah, I think it's just ridiculous. She's going to get away with it because she's currently in Malaysia right now. So she's actually gone to Malaysia. She posted this video, and look again, that is not the same woman, right? That is just a beauty filter. It's just the deception of these beauty filters is unreal, man. Like, imagine you're chatting to her and, like, you know, you're expecting like to meet with this woman, and then when you eventually meet her, this shows up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her here, to be honest with you.
可以批我的小黑
在这里啊，在这里啊。
放在我的视频的第一个情况，我家人。
Why is that? Yeah, there's actually nothing really wrong with her. Okay, you know, just looks like a middle-aged lady. Nothing wrong at all. But these face filters are just absolutely just crazy and so deceptive. Look at that. That's not her. Why even bother? Why do you do that, man? I mean, maybe I should start doing it to make myself look younger in my videos. God, maybe I'll get more people watching. I don't know. Stupid, though. Stupid. So, yeah, it's a crazy, crazy incident that happened. You know, it is stupid. It's stupid what happened. God. She delayed the aircraft just because she was annoyed that somebody was speaking English and not Chinese. She was escorted from the plane, and yeah, she still hasn't shown any remorse for the incident. She doesn't seem to be self-aware, and she still thinks that people on an international flight should speak Mandarin. We get it. China is a big country. Everybody knows about China. But why do you have to behave like such a big baby when you get on a flight just because somebody doesn't speak your language? Why? Why? It's really quite pathetic. Anyway, that is all I wanted to talk about that incident. But there's something else that was really interesting that I wanted to show you guys. So let's move on. All right, so we're kind of doing an airport theme today, but this is insane. Look at this.
这是快速通关的国家。
Oh, look, there's all of these flags here. One of them has been covered up by a sticker. What is it? Taiwan. So at this airport, I don't know where this is. They have covered up Taiwan's flag. Okay, and we have the same thing here. Here are two Taiwanese people at an airport. This is actually in Malaysia.
一定都会发现一些有趣的事情。
哦，可以用电子签证哦，但台湾有吗？
台湾有啊，在这里啊。
被贴起
over it. These guys
有人会靠
laughing.
背。
Someone knows how to troll the Chinese. Taiwan passport is awesome. Someone is going bellyache over it. All right, let's just see that again because that is hilarious. I'll just explain it. Ugh. What's your China? Huh? What happened there? Oh my god. What is going on?
说让我不要用特效，说这是相当于我第一个作品。
Sorry guys, just give me a second. There we go.
Hey, Taiwan!
Okay.
刚出国
So what I find interesting is that these Taiwanese passengers, yeah, they should be offended by this, right? They should be going and kicking up a fuss, but they're not. They're not getting offended by it. In fact, they're laughing at it, you know, because they don't give a shit. They really don't care. And I think that's great. And it really shows a huge contrast between China and Taiwan, because you can bet that if a Chinese person went to an airport and found out that they were covering up the Chinese flag with stickers, you can bet they will be kicking up a huge fuss about it. They would, man, yeah, it would be such a big deal. They'd be filming it and going up and saying, "Why are you doing this? You're insulting our national identity," and la la la. You know, maybe they put those stickers because this was in Malaysia. Maybe they put those stickers on the Taiwan flag because they didn't want to anger that stupid lady from the previous video on the flight. They didn't want to anger her when she got off the flight because they'd already dealt with her bullshit for so long. They were like, shit, man, if she sees a Taiwan flag, she is going to freak. We had better cover it up.
我的朋友一定都会发现一些有趣的事情。
哦，可以用电子签证哦，但台湾有吗？
台湾有啊，在这里啊。
被贴起来，
有人会靠背。
他刚刚不给我带眼镜。
Okay, guys, I have found a video of the ultimate shithead. The ultimate shithead, okay? And we're sticking with the airport theme. So this guy is at immigration and he's leaving China. He's a Westerner. I don't know where he's from. I believe he's Spanish, actually. So he's heading to, I think, either Hong Kong and then to Taiwan. So he's leaving China on a flight and going to Hong Kong and Taiwan. Listen to what he says. So wait, sorry, let me get it back there. So, oh, he's from France. Sorry. So the guy, the border control guy is saying, 你是会法国吗? Are you going back to France? And he's like, 不是，我们去香港. I'm going to Hong Kong. And then 我们去 Taiwan. Okay, so he's going to Taiwan. Now listen to what this little prick says. This stupid twat. He said, Taiwan 是中国的. Taiwan is a part of China. Oh my god. And he's like, yeah. He says Taiwan is an inseparable part of China's sacred territory. He's like, welcome back. What a piece of shit. Okay, so we're going to give him his just desserts.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Oh my god, why does this guy feel the need to do that at the airport, at the counter? You know, what is he trying to get his visa extended? Is he one of these desperate foreigners that thinks if he says Taiwan is a part of China, that they'll just be like, oh yeah, that's cool, man, maybe we can extend his visa, maybe he can stay here for longer, yeah, because you're really just like us, one of us, aren't you? Fucking idiot, man. Desperate wanker. And look at that shit-eating smile of his. He's an embarrassment. This guy's just a joke. Sorry, I want to see that one more time.
是回法国吗？不是，我们的香港，我们去台湾。哦，台湾是中国。是的，台湾的中国很受你这里。可以了，谢谢，拜拜，欢迎再回来。
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
And yeah, the fact that he needs a visa, a separate visa to go to Taiwan and needs to go through border control kind of just says that Taiwan is not a part of the People's Republic of China, right? Oh, well, self-own. Yeah, there we go. That looks better, doesn't it? With that piece of shit on his face. Idiot. All right, guys, very quickly, just wanted to show you a couple more clips that have surfaced from this Beijing robot marathon. You know, the one where they're claiming that a robot ran faster than humans and got the world record time, which is absolute bullshit. China constantly claims that their robots are way ahead of the West, the Western world, but their robots are not ahead of the Western world. Their robots are absolute rubbish. They're remote controlled. They're not even autonomous. They're not even AI or anything. They're just remote controlled garbage, okay? It's like a toy. Their robots are like toys, okay? And they're constantly bragging about it. You see it all over social media. Every time I open up Instagram, it's like, China's robots are advanced. China is living in 2077 and all of this bullshit. You get so fed up with it. Every now and again, I just write a comment underneath it saying, why 2077? You know, what's so specific about that year? Why is China in the future when clearly they're in the past? When you see their actual robots in action, check this out. Just like went flying into the post. I think this next one's my favorite though. Carried away on a stretcher.
你看，哎呦，这跑不动了，这个。
Barely walk. Yeah, you can see the guy with the remote control. You know, they should just, instead of posting this propaganda about this thing like it's a win for China's robotics, they might as well just tell the truth and say that it's just a stupid, fun event where people go and make robots and see if they can make them run. That would be more admirable. I would really respect that a lot more. But no, they have to push it. They have to turn it into some propaganda bullshit all the time. When all they, like I said, all they need to do is they just say, hey guys, you know, we're having a fun event where people have built some robots. They're going to be running. There's going to be some funny stuff going on. The robots might fail. You know, when you see those like people making the soapbox races and trying to race them and go down hills and through obstacle courses and stuff. That kind of thing. Why not just say that instead of making it into some sort of propaganda thing that the China is better than anywhere else, because it clearly isn't. When they use it as propaganda and people actually see the reality, then they really start to question, is China actually way ahead of everybody else? People like me, we find these videos and we rip the shit out of them, when all they could have done is just said, hey, it's a fun little robot racing event, and there's going to be some funny shit going on. Check it out, guys. Anyway, rant over. Oh, this is one of those self-driving delivery vehicles. The thing is, the roads in China are just so messed up that these things just can't function at all. Oh, it almost made it, man. Yeah, cool. Okay, we're back to the start. So that means we are finished. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I think it was a good one. We talked about some interesting things today, as usual, as we always do. It's time to do a little Q&A, a little chat with you guys. So if you have some questions, please fire away. Let's see if we can get any questions or anything, like, yeah, you never know. You might write something interesting. Yeah, I did find another clip of a massive pothole. Hold on. I found yeah, I'll try and load it up. Let me just I'll find it, because yeah, it's quite a big one actually. Just give me a sec. I didn't include it in today's stream. I just thought, what's the point? I already had too much going on, but I guess I can show you guys. Where is it though? Yeah. Sorry, it's going to take a couple of seconds. Oop, nope, that's not it. Wait, oh god. Yeah. Just give me a sec. Why can't I find it now? Nope. I guess I lost it, huh? That's the robot. Why can't I find this stupid clip? Nah, I've lost it, man. Oh well, never mind. It was a really big pothole. You should have seen it. Like, if I can find it, then... Oh, God. No. Oh, yeah, there it is. God, what are you doing? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, look at the size of this pothole. It's massive. Jesus. You thought the other pothole was big? It's a sinkhole, right? Yeah, look at that. Massive, huge. Here in the UK, we have a lot of potholes all of a sudden showing up on the roads. I think that the country is going downhill, that we're not paying attention to the problems on our roads at the moment. I think they're trying to save money or something, even though people are paying road tax, a lot of road tax and a lot of money. But hey, there's potholes everywhere. It's kind of a bit disgraceful, but nothing like this. Okay, I've seen potholes, but nothing like this one. So yeah, anyway, just thought I'd show you that quickly because you were talking about potholes. Hello, how are you, Juhung? I once sent a street potholes to my colleagues. They went crazy. Yeah, it's a car killer. Oh, a video about potholes. There's loads of potholes in the UK. There is a lot of potholes in the UK. It's kind of embarrassing, actually, at the moment. But hey, we can talk about the problems in the UK, can't we? But somebody in China, I guess, if they started complaining about potholes, then it might turn into, hey, look, you're not nationalist. You don't love your country, so time to go to the re-education center. I remember taking a taxi to the main train station in Shangrao, and there was this huge sinkhole. The taxi had to pass by only inches away. Scary shit. Scary, scary shit. There are quite some potholes. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of potholes in the UK at the moment, man. I've only just started noticing it. Like, I don't drive, so it's something that I haven't really paid attention to because I don't drive. So why would I? Um, but I have started to notice it a bit more recently. When I came back, the roads in Taiwan weren't as bad as the Taiwanese car and motorcycle community had complained about. Yeah, I think like people in Taiwan, they do make a big deal out of the roads not being safe, but I think if you just use common sense, you're fine there. There are some problems though. Like there's not really a lot of places, a lot of cities, there's not really much space for pedestrians to walk down some of the streets. So that can be a bit dangerous. But yeah, apart from that, I think it's okay and it's improving. Yeah, of course China has potholes. Absolutely, China has potholes. Yeah, nobody ever said they didn't. Unless you're a CCP shill, obviously. Then they would say it's something like that. Yeah, China absolutely has potholes. Right. Anyway, guys, look, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call it a night, I think. Yeah, it's been a bit of a long day for me today, and I just want to chill, chill, chill. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing rest of your evening or wherever you are. Just have a great day, and I will see you all soon. Thank you guys. Bye.